Hello friends.
My name's blurry face and I don't care what you think.
Hey guys. Today I'm going to be talking about a little something different. Today I'm going to be telling you about my journey through the literary world, and I'm going to tell you about all the pages that have shaped me and made me as you know me today. So let us talk about books. Favorite books throughout the ages, and I'm talking since age 1. It all started with Happy Baby in the Bathtub, which was my first book, and I obviously don't remember what was in it, but I still have it. Cool. Then there are these Pepper, Bruno and Bubble series. These are like dogs teaching you moral lessons, and my favorite was Pepper. Then there are fairy tales. Fairy tales are cute little stories with happy endings, princesses and villains, except when it's Hans Christian Andersen. My favorite fairy tale was always Cinderella. My grandma used to read me Bengali stories, which were like really funny. And if I knew how to read Bengali, I would read a lot of it. But unfortunately I can't. But I will learn before I die. Then I read a lot of random kids books. You know the saying, don't judge a book by its cover? I think it was meant for kids books because looking at the covers, you can't really figure out how much of a deep moral lesson they contain. Whereas other young adult books and stuff, you can totally judge them by their covers, man. The funny thing about this book is that I read this book and then I named my little sister behind this character and we still call her that. I mean, okay, at least I do. My dad used to buy me a lot of these Hindu mythology and history books, but I was never interested in them and I never read them, sadly. Now I can understand their value. I obviously grew up reading Feluda because I'm Bengali, duh. Feluda Pradosh Mittal, who's my favorite detective and he's also known as the Bengali Sherlock Holmes. My mom used to read me his comics when I was 6 and later on I also read his novels. He was my childhood hero and he had all the infatuation a 6-year-old could muster. Then comes Evie's Magic Weekend. This is a major breakthrough because this was the first book that I read without any help from mom when I was 8 years old. And I think this is around the time that I decided that I wanted to write books like this as well. After this, there was no stopping. Now, I read all the popular children's books available in the stores or in the library. One that I would like to mention though is Anne M. Martin's Main Street. This was a very important stage because these are the books that taught me how to read books. In the 5th and 4th grade, I read a lot of Nancy Drew. Back then, I was kind of obsessed with the mystery genre and these books were really nice with a positive vibe about them and I wish I could go back and read them the way that I used to. But now I have Agatha Christie and Arthur Conan Doyle. So, my mom would read me a lot of short stories and if I have any sensitivity and morality, it's because of them. One thing that I'm positive about is that I used to really dislike Enid Blyton and Famous Five. I never really enjoyed his books, I don't know why. One day in the summer of 5th grade, I stumbled upon something that I did not know would change my life. Cue dramatic music. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This copy isn't even my own. I borrowed it from a friend and I never returned it because I liked it so much and she was not even a Potterhead and she never asked for it back. So I didn't steal books, okay? We had a mutual consent and discussion about this and she's like, yes, you can keep it, and after that I kept it. So after I read this book, the earth had moved for me. It was my doorway to fandoms. This book introduced this new feeling in me called obsession. And after Philosopher's Stone, the inevitable followed. And then there was no holding me back from the young adult world of fandoms. Can you hear the rain? It started to rain. Can you hear it? I read and followed a lot of young adult series in the ages of 12 and 13. Blood of Olympus was a phenomenon because it came out while I was obsessed with Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus, but it was quite a disappointment to me. Here we come to the part closest to my heart. Poetic. Here we come to the part when I stepped out of young adult again and life changed once again. These are the most quality literature works that I've read so far. The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. My only two favorite things in this whole wide world. These stories, these aren't just stories for me. I don't even know how to explain it, but the whole of Middle Earth, the elves, the dwarves, the Shire and Gandalf and Legolas and Aragorn, they are all so ingrained in me that there is no me without The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings. My dad showed me the movies first and even after that I had the patience to read the books. That's how good they are. I don't have much time in this segment to talk about them, but if you ask me, I could do a whole PhD on them. Also, fun fact, while I was reading The Lord of the Rings, I also decided I'd write a thesis about it. I don't know why. So I started writing about all the rivers in Middle Earth or the people, its history from the annexure part till I got bored after like 4 to 5 pages. Sometime when I was 12 or 13, I read the Da Vinci Code. This was by far the most grown-up book that I'd read. And Dan Brown totally blew my mind. In this little segment, let me show you some books that I keep recommending to everyone. And I think, but I'm not sure, but I think I like these books because these are the books that like unlock a new perspective, a new door in your mind, and they like inspire you to think a different way, or books that really move me. Also, these books are really small, and I love small things, and I love small books. First is Charlotte's Web. I read about this book in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and then I bought it. This may seem like a kid's book, but I feel like adults will enjoy it equally. Catcher in the Rye, the contemporary classic coming of age story. 17-year-old boy runs away, deals with emotions. This book was very introspective, and I feel like teens and adults alike should read it. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teenagers. This is a kind of self-help book, but I feel like it's got a lot of things that people around me need to know, and it was really motivating. The segment's over. Animal Farm. What a story told in just 95 pages. And then there is Game of Thrones, a book as fat as my thighs. Although it kept me glued to it the whole time, and the book is very amazing, very brilliant, extraordinary, very good. But I still prefer the show. The thing is, I can't recall any more books, but if I do, I'll make another video. It is included that if you want to see it. So I've read quite a number of good books, but there's an even bigger number of even better books that I haven't read. And it strikes me that how many other books I read, I'll still only have read a fraction of the world's literature. So here are a few good books that I want to be reading, but I haven't. I don't know why. The Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I realized I haven't read enough Dickens, and I should. I actually haven't read enough classics. I have not read actually any classics at all. Pathetic life. To Kill a Mockingbird. See the thing is, I filmed this video quite long ago, like very long ago, and by the time you'll be watching this, I would have finished To Kill a Mockingbird. Thinking Fast and Slow. I flipped to this book and it's really interesting. The Code Book. See, I got really interested in cryptology after reading the Da Vinci Code, so I started reading this book, but I didn't finish it, so I need to finish it. But I've lost the interest in cryptology, so I need to gain that interest back as well. Lauded. I started reading it, but then I decided I'll save it till I gain a little more maturity. This book would be incomplete if I didn't mention my recent favorite book, Sapiens. This book is a masterpiece. This book has like revolutionized my perception. It has helped me clear up my concepts about the world. Like after reading this book, I just feel like I know the world like at least one iota better than I did before I read it. Like this book has taught me so many things, It's really brilliant. Like inspired so many ideas in me. It's very good book. Read it, okay? Read it. Read Sapiens, okay, guys? Although it's like a non-fiction book and not everybody would be interested, but it's a brilliant book. Read it. As we approach the end of this video, I just want to say that reading books is a great habit. Books, okay? Your mom will thank me for it. See, not just because of that, okay? Reading books helps build up patience. It teaches you a great many things about people, a great many things about the world around you. Somehow I feel like it makes you more tolerant. It is also a great stress buster. It lets you escape your own life, and just like poetry, it's a way to experience immortality. So I hope you enjoyed that. Do tell me about your favorite books and give this video a like if you want me to do videos about books, because I can do videos about books. I'll keep seeing you in this spasmodic manner sometime later, in next month, next year, I don't know. Also, I'm in 10th now, so I don't really get the time to read books, and the only books I read are these ones. Haha.